Okay, so I had a few minutes, and I wanted to talk to you guys about forgiveness and how it will revolutionize your mind sometimes. I'm not saying forgive and forget. You always heard that old saying, and it's stupid because if you forget, then you just pretty much allow the other person to keep doing what they're doing. I kind of had my own experience with forgiving, and me personally, I forget, but that's just because I'm old and because I choose to basically. What I mean is, I've been married twice, and this last one knocked me to a loop. My second ex-husband basically put me through the ringer, and the funny thing about it is you choose. In this day and age, with as much help as there out in this world, you choose to let people abuse you. And what I mean by that is, I'd never left. I knew I didn't know how bad I'd gotten, but I was losing myself, and I completely lost myself. And with that happened, I fell pretty hard, and I took a year off to introspect. And what I've discovered after the self-actualization of life, that I've just journey I've been on for the last 3 years, is that the main the main part about every relationship I ever had, the only constant in any relationship, good, bad, or indifferent, was me. So if it was a bad relationship, then it fell on me. If it was a good relationship, it fell on me. So, but I digress. Basically, what it was is, I didn't tell him to do the things he did. I didn't tell him to mentally or emotionally scar the shit out of me and call me names and make me feel like I was absolutely positively worthless. I didn't tell him to cheat on me or anything like that, but what I did is I allowed it from day one. From day one of the relationship, I told him how he can treat me. It starts off as simple as, "Hey, baby, what you up to?" And right there, you should say, "No, you don't address me like that. You have enough respect for yourself to say, it's not a compliment, you don't know me. Come at me with respect, and we'll see where it goes." But I digress. I was always the one that goes, "Oh, that's so sweet. He thinks I'm beautiful." No, bullshit. Um, but anyways, after 8 years of marriage, well, 1 year of marriage, but 8 years together, we split up. He he got a girlfriend, and I thought that the relationship was monogamous. So he decided to leave me for another woman. Um, which took my world into a tailspin. Not that I didn't see it coming, but when you're in love, because I felt in love, it will knock you. It's not like I didn't see any of the signs. It's not like it came out of nowhere. I chose. I do believe that God, if something is really bad or harmful to you, He will always give you an exit. He will always give you an out. Whether you choose to go through it or not, no, that's entirely up to you. And it's always seen. You always know there is a moment in time where you're like, "Yep, I can either go or I can stay." And that's usually the time either people go or stay. I stayed. Should have gone. God gave me a couple of windows, and I stayed every single damn one. But I wasn't mad at him. I was happy for him. He found happiness. So he said. But I forgave him. I forgave me. There was no anger. I hand delivered him stuff back to him because he moved up to. We lived in Texas and he moved up to Oklahoma. I got a U-Haul, hauled his stuff up there. Hung out with him and the girl, and we were friends for a while, and till I ended up having to claim bankruptcy, and like I said, I hit rock bottom because of that relationship, but it was no one's fault really but my own, because I allowed that to happen. A lot of people disagree with me, but yeah. But I forgave him, and then I spent the last 3 years forgiving myself. Forgiving myself that I'm not perfect, forgiving myself for not being what people want, forgiving myself for feeling like I'm nothing but a failure. The hardest person in this world to forgive is yourself. And you might be forgiving yourself for something you didn't even do. See, the funny thing is about forgiveness is it's not about the other person. Jesus says to forgive. And if you believe, which I do, it's something that you do. But I think it's something that people preach on, claim, but they don't really do. Because if you truly forgave someone, you could get through anything with that person. You wouldn't just say, I forgive you, and then, drop them like a bad habit. I don't think that, because forgiveness isn't about them. You don't, it's not a green card. You don't just give them off, it doesn't get them off the hook. It, you're just taking your power back. The power that they had to hurt you. By forgiving them, you take that back. The power you give life to hurt you, forgive yourself, get your power back. You deserve it. So I hope you work on that this week. I hope for whoever hurt you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that you can work on forgiveness, but most of all, work on forgiving yourself. God bless, and I'm here if you ever need any help.